Hello everybody. You know, today I thought we might do Old MacDonald's Farm. Will you help me sing along? It's going to be a bit of a funny farm. So a long time ago, when people lived in caves in India, the people in India thought, oh, look how wonderful the world is, and creation, and the animals and the trees and the mountains and the rivers. And they all look at peace. Wouldn't it be lovely if we as human beings could be at peace as well? So they started to copy things outside in the natural world. So a tree and a mountain, and they started to copy the animals and do what the animals did, the shapes that they made, but also to rest down like the animals do during the day in the sunshine. And that's how yoga came to be. But today we're going to copy animals on Old MacDonald's Farm, and I'd like you to help me to sing along as well. Now, if you wanted to go and get some of your animals, you could do that, or you could watch this first and then you could see how you can make your own Old MacDonald's with your little cuddly toys or those little toy farm animals, and do your own animal shapes. So let's start. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on that farm he had a seed from a crop that he grew in the ground, and he put it out in the autumn time into the ground. So you go down into be a seed, so you're kneeling down, you're sitting your bottom on your heels and make your seed in the ground. And the seed's so far down in the earth in the winter, keep him warm, keep him dry, but he's fast asleep. And he spends the whole of the winter there. Nothing to do, just wait. And you're going to stay there until you start to feel the spring sunshine and the spring rain. And suddenly you start to burst out like a seed. And you might get a stalk. And the spring rain is watering you. And the spring sunshine is making you bigger and stronger. And you might grow a flower. And you become the crops. Maybe it's wheat that grows the bread. Excellent. So he's growing some crops on the farm. He's got something else on the farm which sometimes eats the crops. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on that farm he had some birds. So I want you to be a bird. Now for this one you can come up off, your bottom comes off your heels and you're flying in the air with your arms and you're seeing what's down there. You might be pinching the crops. A nice bird. It could be a crow. We see lots of them in the fields at the moment, don't we? Now there was another little bird on Old MacDonald's farm. He'd put a box up for it to nest in. Here he is. He makes the sound to-wit, to-woo. He's an owl. Let's see if we can do what the owl does with his head and his neck. So he's looking to one side, comes back, and then he looks to the other side. He's probably looking for little mice to eat in the fields. So turning your head from one side to the other to make your neck nice and strong, flexible. And then he's going to turn his head round in front. He can turn his all the way around to the back, nearly, not quite. But you're just going to be drawing a circle with your nose in front one way, and then drawing a circle in front the other way. Ah, that feels good, doesn't it? Oh, your neck gets a little bit tired because you're sitting on the computer and you're doing your writing. Okay, I think it's ready for another animal. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on that farm he had a cat. Shall I see if I've got one in my bag? Here the people in the caves definitely copied the cats, because if you've got a cat at home or you've got a friend who's got a cat, you will know how the cat stretches his back out, especially when he's been asleep. Okay, so I want you to come onto your knees, put your hands in front on the floor. Now, sometimes cats get a bit angry, especially if they see another cat in the garden. So let's make an angry cat first. Hissing. So you're making a bridge up, arching. You can hiss, scaring off the other cats. And then after you've made your big angry cat, you come down, stretch your back out. Now, I think he had something else on the farm. Just gonna check in my bag. I don't have one of these in my bag. It's a pig. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on that farm he had a pig. And they snuffle around on the ground, don't they? So I want you to come down onto your elbows and snuffle around, stretching your back out. And come round and round. And you can come round and round again. I don't know what they're looking for in the mud. And that's the pig. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on that farm he had a boing, boing, boing. Can you see him? He's a little rabbit. So the rabbit, my rabbit's a little bit different, I think. He can jump, but he just does little hops like this. Hoppity hop, hoppity hop. So your hands are still on the floor and you're pushing backwards with your bottom, stretching your knees and your legs. Hop, hop, hop. Can you come right off your hands? Hop, hop. I think it's time for another animal. That's the rabbit. Oh, MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on that farm he had a waggy waggy tail. Woof woof woof. He's a dog. Woof woof woof. And the dog's a bit like the cat. He likes to stretch out after he's been asleep, or maybe when he's been lying in the sun. So you know our little rabbit that we just did? We're going to do that little rabbit again. So we're going to be pushing back, hopping up, pushing back, hopping up. Keep your hands on the floor this time, and then push your bottom up in the air and wave. Wag your tail like a dog. So this is the dog. This is the one that the yogis copied. He's stretching out his back, can you see? He's stretching out his legs. And you can just dance a little bit on the spot if you want. Wag your tail. Ah, oh, that's lovely. Every farm's got to have a dog, hasn't it? Yeah. But every farm doesn't have to have this next one. That's why it's a different kind of farm. Oh, MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on that farm he had a tiger. Maybe it's in India. You're going to make out like you were the cat. Remember we did the cat at the beginning and we were stretching up. This time your back's flat. And you're taking one leg behind you and balancing on one knee. And in order to help you with your balance, the other arm, not this arm at the same side, stretches out and roars. Roar. See if you can balance while you're roaring. Then take your other leg up, stretch it out behind, stretch into your foot and roar, roar. And you can walk around the room roaring if you like. Roar, roar. Don't forget, it's opposite hand and opposite leg. Roar. A tiger on a farm? Well, I never did. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on that farm he had a lion. This one I'm going to show you is so beautiful to do if you're feeling a little bit timid and a little bit scared. And some things we've got to do in life make us a little bit scared, but this one means that you can be like the lion, really strong and full of courage and a big heart. So you're on your knees, but you separate them out and you sit back on your heels like we did before, and you put your roaring claws in front, and we're going to make a really funny face. And I'll show you a picture of it, but we're going to do it first and see what it looks like. So you're going to take a big deep breath through your nose, fill your lungs, and then you're going to roar. Next time when you roar, you're going to stick your tongue all the way out your mouth. Open your eyes wide, scary like a lion. Wow, I think I scared myself then. So this is the lion. This is how you will do your lion pose. Scary, isn't it? Okay. So we've had a funny tiger and a lion. We're going to go back to something which you probably would see on the farm. It's nearly the last one. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on that farm he had he's a frog, hoppity hop, a frog. Let's get up into our frog position and jump around like a frog. Jump around like a frog. Stretch up. Stretch your legs. You can come all the way to the top and back down. Oh, I think that farm's been too busy. I think it might be time to rest. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on that farm he had a mouse. It's a tiny little dormouse. So I want you to be kneeling, sitting on your heels, come down with your head, put your arms behind you. Oh, put your head on the floor and pretend to be a little dormouse, fast asleep. Maybe your heart's been beating fast, let it slow down. That lion breath made us all full of courage. But it might have got you a bit breathless, so it's time to rest down now. Take a rest like the little dormouse does. He actually hibernates in the winter for nearly 6 months. So if you want to pretend now that you're a little dormouse, just lying down, resting. Well done, everybody. Thank you for coming to the farm today. Don't forget, you could get your animals and make your own farm and do your own animal shapes. Bye for now.